If you ever watch a Jordan Peterson interview, you'll notice that he's able to, most of the time, stay really calm, collected, and centered, even though he's been pretty much grilled and really attacked for whatever it is he's saying, or people are really pushing him hard on stuff. So how does he do it? And that's what I'm covering in this video. If you're new here, my name is Matthew, and my goal is to spark you to think differently so you can create new possibilities for yourself in your life. So imagine you're in a confronting situation, someone's really questioning you, someone's really pushing you to find out what's going on. They're not letting you get away with anything. How do you normally respond? Well, for me, I respond by kind of starting to cut people off. I start to really question them. I start to maybe attack them in some way. I start to be really defensive, and it basically escalates. And I think of myself as someone who's pretty good at managing conflict and this type of thing. But watching Jordan Peterson in these interviews, he definitely has a skill in this that I do not yet possess. And that's why I'm so interested in how I can learn from him, because he clearly does it better than I think anyone else that I've seen be interviewed. If I was able to hold my calm and be as peaceful as he is in interviews, I think that would serve me, you, and you well. So there's 3 things that he does that really work effectively here, and I'll put the most important one at the end. So the first one is that if someone interrupts him while he's giving an answer, he doesn't interrupt back. He just does not interrupt back. He just stops and waits for the other person to finish. Imagine you're in an argument and someone interrupts you. The normal default response is not just to wait until they're done talking again, it's to re-interrupt again. And this is totally what most people do, but he doesn't do that. He gets interrupted, he waits. There's silence, and then after they finally finish speaking, he starts talking again. The next thing he does is he never ever really attacks the person who's interviewing him. He doesn't say anything bad about them. He doesn't criticize them really in any way. He might criticize their view on things, or might say that it's not relevant or something like that. But fundamentally, he has this deep-held respect for the person he's interviewing, or at least he pretends to. And this means that people give him the time of day to be able to express himself properly. And finally, the most important thing that he does is when someone's asking him a question, he doesn't interrupt. He waits. He waits until they're completely done speaking, until he starts answering. And if they interrupt him, he stops again and waits. And because he just absolutely listens, it's actually a real listening. He doesn't actually speak until he really has heard what the person is saying. What that creates is a level of trust and comfortability with the person who's talking to him, that he's actually listening. He actually cares what they have to say. When I reflect on the way I am in arguments, I don't let people finish like that at all. And so they don't feel heard by me, I don't feel heard by them, and we both go around in this circle. But he's able to cut it off by not interrupting. He just waits. He just listens. My challenge to you is, can you think of how you could apply this in your life? When you're in a conflict-ridden situation, instead of interrupting, instead of keeping on going like you need to win quickly, stop, take a breath, wait for the other person to finish completely before saying your next piece. If you'd like to hear more from me, you can subscribe to my email newsletter. It comes out every Sunday. And until next time, the journey continues.